My name is Captain Olimar. While traveling through space, my ship was struck by a meteor. I must have blacked out, and I woke on the surface of a weird planet. With so many parts lost, the skeletal hull of my beloved dolphin is a painful sight. The engine is gone. I'm stranded. To make matters worse, my atmospheric sensors indicate this planet's environment contains high levels of poisonous oxygen. My life support systems can function for only 30 days. If I can't repair the dolphin by then... No. Better not to think about it. I must find the missing ship parts. Greetings everybody, Okami Games Online. Welcome to my new Let's Play of Pikmin. A game that I have not played in years, actually. It's been a long-ass time since I've played Pikmin. So, I guess this is gonna be me more or less reliving this experience. And what better way to relive an experience by finding a strange thing appearing before you. I had barely begun my search when it reared up, as if it were waiting for me. It then dropped a single seed. What is it? Is it alive? Is it a machine? It resembles a vegetable on my home planet that we call an onion. I shall call this an onion, too. We wait for long enough. Eventually, you have some sort of leaf here. And it's a very glowy leaf. Probably means it's important. The seed that the onion dropped took root in the soil and has now produced an adorable little sprout. This sprout emits a strange light, sways back and forth without a benefit of wind. I cannot help but think it is calling to me. I'm compelled. I must approach it and press A. Because that's clearly what you do when you see some weird thing you've never seen, is approach it and press A. Try this in real life, see what happens. Anyway, we pluck out the Pikmin. Yeah, spoiler, it's a Pikmin. Extraordinary, when I plucked the sprout, it turned out to be a living creature, not a plant. Picking it has done no visible damage. It just stands there, staring at me. Its shape is similar to the Pick brand carrots I love so much. I believe I shall call it a Pikmin. It's not like the Let's Player talked about this thing being a Pikmin not 5 seconds ago and taking the words out of my mouth, but we'll just ignore him. Here I am, stranded on a toxic planet, fighting to survive, and yet I'm intrigued. I must research this fascinating creature. Shall try to grab and throw it with A, and I will call it to my side with B. Perhaps I'll react to C and X as well? The following controls appear to allow me several viewpoints. I can rotate the camera with L, and hold to follow the cursor. R is zoom in and out, and Z changes the angle. I must survive. I need to familiarize myself with these controls and my surroundings. You might notice this is also the GameCube version. This game was also, in fact, released on the Nintendo Wii, which is how I used to play it, but that's another story. So, L centers the camera behind you. Hold L, and the camera will follow you. Like, not holding L, not holding L. You get the point. R changes how much the camera zoomed in. What does this Pikmin think of me? I must observe its reactions. The more things I try, the more reactions I can catalog. I shall attempt to grab and throw it with A. This is just the same thing. Let's see here. Z, above, so we have a bird's eye view. So now controls. We've got, well, to show a little bit better. Hold A to hold a Pikmin, and then press A to throw it. Wherever your cursor is where the Pikmin's gonna land. And put the cursor on it, press B, and call him back to your side. X disbands Pikmin, that'll have more of a use later on. And then you can use the C stick to like have the Pikmin gang up on objects later. Which we'll be seeing a little bit later on in this day. So let's throw it onto this flower, for example. And we have some sort of pellet here. Let's throw him to that. And like that, 2 seeds. Astonishing! The onion has sown more seeds. The small red pellet the Pikmin harvested after cutting down a flower appears to be some type of food that can propagate more Pikmin. The onion seems to be a sort of incubator. Needless to say, I must study this strange life form more. So let's go ahead and have this Pikmin... That seed. I'm spoiled by the new games, because I'm pretty sure in the newer Pikmin games, you can throw a Pikmin to a flower, and then they'll immediately start taking it back to their base. That does not seem to be the case in this one, so I have officially been spoiled by Pikmin 3. So now we wait some more. Actually, I don't know if it's gonna let me show this off. It might be beneficial to leave them in the ground for now. I don't know how well I show that off, but we'll see. Over here, we got our 1 pellet here, so why don't we start taking this back to the base. Alright, and this 5 pellet is much larger, so as such, we're gonna need more Pikmin. The number at the top says the minimum number of Pikmin you need. The number on the bottom is how many Pikmin are currently trying to carry it. If you put more Pikmin on an object than you need, then they'll get that object back faster. So like I could put 2 Pikmin on that 1 pellet and they'll go much faster. Stuff like that. Now, as for the HUD, in the top right you see the day counter. You can see what day it is. It's currently day 1. And on the bottom, in the bottom left, you have your captain's health. If they run out of health, the day automatically ends, but we don't have much danger here. You can see what kind of Pikmin you're going to be throwing if you decide to use the A button to throw. Like we can see, it's red Pikmin. The color is going to have some importance later, trust me. And then the numbers at the bottom, the 3, the 7, and the 7. The 3 is how many Pikmin you currently have in your squad, so like I have 3, and then I can disband them, and now I have 0. The 7 on the left is how many Pikmin you have out on the field. There can be a maximum of 100 Pikmin out on the field, no more than that. And then the 7 on the right is how many Pikmin are in existence. So, it's gonna show, yep. So we can put Pikmin in here. So if we're not using Pikmin, we can just put them in here for now, and we can get them back out later. And let's take them back out. I apologize if this is very tutorial heavy, but given the way this game works, I'm gonna have to explain as much stuff as possible in this one day, and that'll make more sense starting tomorrow. So, now we've got 5 Pikmin with us. Let's just toss all of our Pikmin on there. This is going a lot faster than if we were just put the minimum on. Speaking of things that I've been spoiled on due to the newer Pikmin games, throwing speed. In this game, usually if you want to get a bunch of Pikmin on an object all at once, using the D6 is going to be the better option. In later games, because of your throwing speed being a lot faster, the better option is going to end up being just, like, throwing them. Anyway, we've got 12 Pikmin out on the field, so let's go ahead and do a little bit of harvesting. Alright, this is the most amount of Pikmin we're gonna get in this first area. I'm pretty sure we can do a little bit of looking around. Actually, there might be something up here. Is there? No! Okay. Good to know I used that time wisely. Anyway, if we go over here, we can see there's some sort of box here, and it has a 10 on it, signifying we need 10 Pikmin in order to move it. The Pikmin are curious as children. They form groups to perform tasks that would be impossible for an individual. A glimmer of hope has begun to shine in my heart. If I can make use of their skills, perhaps I can fix my ship. I shall sum up all I've learned of Pikmin conduct. Approach and press A to pick sprouts, press A to grab Pikmin, release to throw, press B to call them, X to dismiss, use C to command and control the group, L, R, and Z control perspective. I shall record all of this in my computer. I can press Y to access my computer. You got all that? I hope you do. So here we have our computer, which is going to be helpful because we can just see how many Pikmin we have in our squad. We can see how many Pikmin are currently in the Onion and how many are not in our squad. That number in the bottom left, the 0 out of 30, we'll get to that in a bit. And then we have controls. In case you ever forget the controls, which it's a lot of controls to remember, so it's entirely possible you'll forget controls. What else can we do? Let's talk about the pause menu really quick. We have continue, which, obvious. Continue from last save, which you might, because you can get easily screwed in this game, you might find yourself reloading saves. And then go to Sensei, which we'll explain later. Does the D-pad do anything? Not that it seems. Alright. Well, let's see what we have here. Some sort of object. It looks like an engine. Amazing! There's no mistaking it. My ship's engine rests before my very eyes. By a stroke of pure luck, I've already stumbled upon the most important piece of my damaged craft. Fate has smiled upon me, but how will I get it back to the dolphin? We'll find a way later. For now, what you're gonna want to do is toss your Pikmin around so that way you can pick up all these pellets lying around. So that way you can harvest as many Pikmin as you possibly can. And then the rest can get this 5 pellet here. They'll just take that to their base, so we don't really need to follow them or anything. This one Pikmin can follow us. This thing right here, we're not really going to be able to do much about this just yet. We'll be coming back to this at a later time. But you can get a bit of a preview of what's to come. Anyway, I guess while we're thinking about it, let me see how many Pikmin this thing's gonna require. Probably a good amount or something. Yeah, 20. Well, this is why we're gonna be going to harvest more Pikmin, right? When many Pikmin seeds sprout at once, I find it rather tedious to pluck them from the ground individually. My wife always told me I was no good at routine tasks. I guess I'll try to get it all done at once by repeatedly tapping A until I pick all the Pikmin from the ground. I noticed that when I add Pikmin to my group, they become excited and flush with a bright color. At other times, they revert to a paler hue and give off a dim glow. Paying close attention to these differences is bound to help me distinguish between Pikmin. So, yeah, if you hear me, I don't know if it'll pick up from the mic, but if you hear me continuously tapping the A button, yeah, that's why. It's a lot faster to pick up Pikmin if you do that. Let's wait for all these Pikmin to sprout leaves. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. There's one unaccounted for. God dang it. This is Pikmin AI in a nutshell, and nobody likes it. Actually, I think I put him on that. Yeah, oh yeah, I put him on this engine. Duh! Didn't know that Pikmin stood out of my mind so much. Total them all onto this engine thing. And now there's... Really? There's one in my party, but I don't see where it is. Where's that Pikmin? I'm really confused. Did it get on that thing? Okay, yeah, it got on that thing. Good. That's the worst thing ever in this game. You will find that out very quickly, is having Pikmin unaccounted for. It's like the most terrifying thing ever, because it could be like doing something stupid, because it's Pikmin and they don't have the best AI. As we will be learning soon enough. When we get this back to the ship, since it seems to be something that goes to this ship, it doesn't, the Pikmin don't take it to the Onion, but instead take it to the ship. Makes sense, right? And just like that... Oh, glorious. With the help of these Pikmin, I've taken a huge step back toward home. My ship can once again lift off. The glimmer of hope is beginning to burn more brightly. But what has become of the remaining parts? That search starts tomorrow. One day since impact, I have somehow managed to launch the Dolphin, but I was surprised to see the Onion lift off of me. Perhaps the Pikmin cannot survive overnight on the planet's surface? Or have they merely decided to join me for other reasons? Either way, it seems they will help me again tomorrow. The Dolphin is missing 29 parts. If I can't recover them all, I may never return home to my family on planet Hakote. Analysis shows life support systems will function for only 29 more days. How can I repair my Dolphin in such a short time? A dense forest is visible on the surface below. As it holds the keys to my survival, I name it the Forest of Hope. I explore it tomorrow. Well, one part in one day. If we keep up this rate, then we will get all the parts. So, let's go over this screen. The Pikmin population. We've got a graph showing the increase in Pikmin population. We can see how many we sprouted. We can see how many were lost in battle, which is none. That number will change soon enough. And how many we left behind at the end of the day. That also will change soon enough. So, we can see how many we sprouted today, and then we can, of course, see the grand total. You do want to try to keep these as good as possible, because, surprise, you're being graded at the end, and there's, like, a leaderboard and all that. But I'd say that's a pretty successful first day. That being done, we now have access to the Forest of Hope. And welcome to the main map. We can see the ship log, so we can read the various diary entries for each day, which is pretty cool. And we also have parts in the area. So we got one part at the impact site, and according to the stars, there's 2 parts. So we'll be coming back later to get the other one. And in general, because of what can be found here, the impact site is usually a pretty good place to go to for getting Pikmin. But that's a story for another day. Next time on Pikmin, we've got a whopping 8 parts to find in the Forest of Hope. I guess we're gonna have to get started sooner or later. See you guys then.